This is the Spanish Football Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Kitromilides. We're here in Madrid, host of this season's Champions League final. Now, Madrid is a beautiful, exciting, dynamic, vibrant city. The food and drink are great, the people are friendly, the weather's great as well. So we've chosen 5 things you need to know before coming to Madrid. So we're here in Sol, which is the heart of Madrid, but obviously you've got to get to the stadium, you've got to get to the Estadio Wanda Metropolitano. You could get a taxi, taxis are quite cheap, but we recommend getting the metro because the traffic can be very, very difficult. Get yourself one of these. It is a metro card available from all metro stations from the machine, and then get on a metro and head here on line 7 to the Estadio Metropolitano. It takes about 25 minutes from the centre of Madrid. It's very, very easy. Leaving the game afterwards, the queues are very, very big, but obviously half of you won't care about that. People in Madrid and people in Spain as a whole are very big on having lunch. So a tip for you if you want to have lunch, because I presume you're going to have lunch at some point here in Madrid, is not to necessarily go a la carte in a restaurant, but to get the menu del dia. Either ask for it if you can't see it, or check out the sign, which should be outside basically every restaurant. You've got your starters here, there's 5 different options. You've got your main courses here, there's another 5 different options. You usually get dessert, bread and a drink included. This one costs €9.50 for all of that. Presumably drinking beer is quite high on the list of priorities of people coming here for the Champions League final. Okay, here's what you need to know about ordering and drinking beer here in Spain. There are different sizes of beers. You don't really get pints here. The smallest and most commonly drunk one is a caña. It is tiny. It does go down very, very easily. I remember the look of horror and bewilderment and anger of my friends the first time that they came and visited me here in Madrid, and I ordered a round of these bad boys. They were not impressed. So this is called a doble. Literally it means double. It's probably double the small cañas that we saw earlier. That's a bit more like it, isn't it? So another option is called a tercio. This is a bottle of beer, and it's about 1/3 of a litre. That's why it's called a tercio, which means 1/3. This is Mau, the beer of Madrid. All the beers we've been drinking are Mau. This is the delicious Madrid beer, and it also, funnily enough, goes down pretty well. Alright, so I know we might be pushing it a little bit on this one, but bear with me. If on the off chance you fancy getting away from the hordes of football fans drinking beer in the glorious sunshine and fancy a little bit of culture, Madrid has some of Europe's best museums. You've got the Prado, you've got the Thyssen, you've got the Reina Sofia. We recommend coming here to the Caixa Forum. It's a little bit smaller, it's a lot smaller. It's doable in about an hour. It costs €4 and it's worth checking out. So if you want to get away from the crowds and the searing Madrid heat, you've got a few options actually. Madrileños, people from Madrid, like to go to roof terraces. There are some great roof terraces in Madrid. We like the one at Bellas Artes. It costs around about €3 to get up there, but it's well worth it for the views. You can go to Madrid Rio, which is the river. It's not much of a river, but there's a nice park area down there. Or the most popular option is to come here to the Retiro, Madrid's biggest and best park. So there we go, those are our 5 tips if you're coming to Madrid for the Champions League final. I know go to the park isn't the most groundbreaking suggestion, but trust me, go to the park. It's very, very nice. On a serious note, we should mention the police. They are often very, very heavy-handed, particularly with English football fans. And the view of English football fans here in Spain is particularly negative. They routinely refer to all English fans as hooligans. So it doesn't need much for them to wade in very, very strongly. So I guess the idea is to try and be sensible, try and keep the line between being excited and being a little bit too rowdy. Try not to cross that line, because otherwise the police, they don't need much of an excuse to go in. So enjoy yourselves, drink the lovely beer, and don't push anyone in any fountains. Obviously, this is the Spanish Football Podcast. We do a football podcast about Spanish football every single Monday, so make sure you check that out.